Hey everyone, how's it going? It's that nerd Ryan here, and today we're going to be talking about one of the 3 story modes in the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet games. This is part of the review series. We're going to be covering the Titan storyline today. Next week, or the week after, we will be covering the Team Star story, then the Victory Road story, then the post-game, then the odds and ends like the Pokemon, along with a overall rating of the game in that video. So, let's get into it today. So, the Titan storyline basically is a sort of boss rush of fighting gigantic Pokemon. The whole point of this story is to get the Herba Mystica, which are basically HMs for your riding Pokemon, whether that's Miraidon or Koraidon. I played through Scarlet, as you guys know, so I'm using Koraidon in this. And basically, it's easier ways to get you around the map. So, as you progress, you unlock running faster, climbing, and flying, or gliding, I guess you could call it, swimming, and climbing faster. Obviously one that I don't use that much. Or running faster, climbing, swimming, gliding. Oh, and jumping higher. So yes, something that you use all the time. You just forget about it because it's one of the early ones. In this, you fight 5 gigantic Pokemon that consume the Herba Mystica. That being Bombardier, Cloth, I think it's called. I am still learning the new Pokemon's names. Either Iron Treads or the Scarlet version of Iron Treads, which is the Ancient Donphan. Tatsugiri and one other Pokemon, which again, it's easier to forget because there's so much to do in this game. I apologize for getting that Pokemon's name. But yeah, so basically these cover 5 of the 18 badges, also 5 of the 18 types, which is nice that we get a game where all the types are represented as bosses. That's probably happened before, but this is the easiest one to remember where that happens. But yeah, so anyways, you basically fight them in raid battles. They're basically the exact same as the raid battles in Pokemon Scarlet and in Sword and Shield. And the Pokemon gets a power boost. After the power boost happens, the partner for the series, which we'll get to into a second, comes in and helps you battle. And then you retrieve the Herba Mystica. During the what's supposed to be the final battle, or the Dragon Trial, whatever you want to call it, there is a third battle because you do fight the Pokemon that Tatsugiri partners up with for 2 times, and then you fight Tatsugiri, who is surprisingly very challenging for being a small little sushi Pokemon. But yeah, after doing that, you get the final Herba Mystica, which is actually climbing. Obviously, this being an open world game, you get the illusion of doing whatever you want in order. However, the Tatsugiri battle is so hard and such a different level gap that this usually has to be your last one. Comment below if you did the Tatsugiri one second to last or in a different order. But yeah, so anyways, these battles usually aren't that challenging. I did kind of randomly walk in on the Bombardier one. I didn't know what was going on. I saw it in the sky and I go, oh, that's interesting, and walked towards it, trying to go to Cloth, and ended up fighting it. But yeah, so Great Tusk. Iron Treads and Great Tusk. Sorry. But yeah, anyways, in fighting these gigantic Pokemon, it does seem very intimidating, but like I said, except for Tatsugiri and honestly Iron Tread / Great Tusk, you don't really have an issue in these battles. And it's fairly easy getting these Herba Mystica, which open up the map more to you, obviously. What I did find interesting is where you spawn and where you start the game. It is very hard for you to get to the first raid boss battle. However, once you figure it out, then the map traversal becomes a lot easier, and you basically can finish the other trials very quickly after that. I do feel that that's the issue with all three stories in the game, is you're kind of put in a awkward spot and you kind of have to figure out from there. But we'll get into that during the overall part. But yeah, anyways, we work with one character named Arven. You're introduced to Arven at the beginning, and he basically gives you your ride Pokemon and battles you, because the ride Pokemon likes you more for whatever reason. But we start revealing throughout the story that Arven has a Mabostiff who is sick and basically dying. And he's hoping to use the Herba Mystica to help heal Mabostiff. This is actually a very emotional story. A lot more emotional than I expected, and I know a lot of other players expected. And it's really satisfying seeing Mabostiff get back up and lick Arven after the final Titan. And then we close out Path of Legends with fighting Arven and his team at full power, which is honestly a very challenging battle. If you guys watched, I think I got 4 or 5 of my Pokemon knocked out in that battle, and we were pretty evenly matched. I was actually very shocked about that. But yeah, Arven was a lot better character than I expected him to be. I thought he was going to be nefarious because the way that they showed how he was at the beginning, they kind of hid the whole Mabostiff thing. So you thought he was up to something evil, but ended up being something noble. Also, I do apologize. The fifth Pokemon that I forgot was Earthworm, which I forgot because I really don't like that Pokemon. But yeah. Anyways, that was a very interesting story, to say the least, and I just very much think it's probably my favorite story. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and follow me on all my social media down below. It's that Nerd Ryan telling you, have an amazing day.